Great matchup, and it's brought to you by JM Lexus, the #1 Lexus dealer in the world. Rico, the Triggerman Farrington, who threw that high kick in the black trunks with the American flag trim. Joe Leo in the all-black trunks. 2-0 in the Fight Time Promotions cage is Leo. Farrington making his Fight Time debut. Leo swinging and missing. Nice left hand there by Farrington. Good action so far. Alex Dono here alongside Rich, the Raging Bull at Tonito, Rich, as Farrington lands another left.
Yeah, Farrington's got a lot of range and height. He's definitely got the reach advantage.
That counter left hand has been so effective so far.
Yeah, and you'll see how this plays a factor. You know, Joe Leo, a stand-up guy, comes from a karate background. He's got a lot of distance to cover. Now he's the one shooting in.
Nice sprawl there by Rico, fighting out of MMA Masters in Miami, Florida. A nice step up in competition here for Joe Leo, fighting out of East West Karate in Hypo Luxo. Both of these guys came up in the Fight Time Amateur division. Common theme for tonight is you have a lot of fighters. As you know, the left hand landed again by Rico. A lot of our fighters tonight came up through the Fight Time Amateurs.
Yeah, definitely. We're grooming these guys. They're coming up. We're giving them experience. When they're ready, they take that step into the professional level. And there's guys that, you know, they didn't get a chance to meet each other in the Fight Time Amateur cage, but they're gonna duke it out in the professional division when it counts the most.
And something we're seeing, Rich, already here is the height disparity. Joe Leo, the shorter fighter, about 6'1", which is not short, but his opponent, Rico Farrington, at 6'4", really using that range effectively.
Yeah, he's using it very well. He's using a lot of movement, using angles, good straight punches. It's gonna make it difficult for Joe Leo to close the distance.
Nice leg kick there, though, by Leo. Leo, who's yet to taste defeat as a professional. Rico Farrington, meanwhile, is coming off of 2 consecutive losses, trying to get off the schneid here tonight, whereas Joe Leo, of course, still yet to taste defeat for the first time. Good head movement by both. Another leg kick by Leo.
Yeah.
Oh, the left hand knocks Leo down, but he's not out of it just yet. Clinch work here. Nice elbow by Farrington. That was nearly a fight ender.
Yeah, he's coming in. He's not moving his head. He's standing straight up, and he ran right into a straight left from Farrington. I like how Joe Leo was using the leg kicks to kind of gauge the distance, start landing strikes, but he's standing right in front of him, right in Farrington's range. It's not a good idea.
The left hand is finding the mark time and time again. Farrington already knocked him to one knee once, stunned him a second time, has landed that left hand at least 6 or 7 times here so far. Oh, another counter left on the way in as Leo tried to close the distance, but Farrington turning things around. Once again, the clinch work continues. It looks pretty impressive, though, how Leo doesn't have the kind of cobwebs in his head we would have thought.
Right, Joe Leo, very tough guy. You're going to have to put him away if you definitely want to finish him. There's no quitting this kid.
High-level action on display here at Fight Time 20. 4th anniversary of Fight Time Promotions, by the way. Howard Davis Jr. Wow, another nice exchange there. Rico Farrington landing.
You're not seeing any head movement from Joe Leo. He's sitting there. He's a target, and if he's not careful, he's going to pay the price.
The left hand been the most dangerous weapon so far from Farrington. He's mixed in some rights as you see the jab there from the southpaw fighter.
The problem is Joe Leo is standing in Farrington's range, but he's still outside of his own range. He has to be much further away from Farrington where Farrington can't land anything. And when he decides to exchange, he needs to work hard to get inside and close that distance.
Great strikes landing there. A high kick landed moments ago from Farrington. Didn't have a lot behind it. Front kick there from Leo just misses. We're yet to really see Leo land anything flush to Farrington, aside from a few kicks to the legs, of course.
He's scoring with those leg kicks. That's a good weapon to use to kind of gauge the distance against a taller opponent, but he's got to keep his hands up, and like I said, he cannot stand in the range of Farrington. That guy's got a big reach advantage, and he's been lighting Joe up right now.
I mean, Farrington is at target practice right now. The trigger man, they call him. He's hitting that bullseye every single time.
I guess he's not afraid to pull the trigger.
Respect the shooter. Rico Farrington, as we are about 45 seconds left to go. Big takedown landed by Leo. He needs that, if nothing else, to kill some time here and avoid taking some punishment as Farrington is trying to choke him, but didn't have position there. Leo pops his head out.
Oh, wow, right to the full mount. Now he's got Farrington in a lot of trouble. See how Farrington reacts here. He's trying to recover to half guard.
Oh, could be a huge comeback in progress here. Farrington survives, reverses, and takes Leo down. It looked for a moment there, Rich, like Joe Leo was maybe a few punches away from ending this fight.
Sometimes being too aggressive and not establishing position can really hurt the opportunities that you have. Joe Leo had the mount. He should have settled in on him, but he wanted to be aggressive. He wanted to land big shots, but now they're both back up on their feet.
Oh, an elbow just missed from Farrington. And the first round comes to an end. So into the second round here at the War Memorial Auditorium after a spectacular first round from Rico Farrington, who was landing basically everything from the striking range. The left hand being the most dangerous weapon there from the southpaw fighter. We'll see if Joe Leo can avoid being a stationary target here in round 2.
Yeah, you see a little bit of head movement from Joe this round. Hopefully that's what his corner was giving him as far as instructions are concerned. Still, though, he's standing right inside Farrington's range. Very dangerous.
Farrington, who lands that counter left hand again, one of 3 fighters on tonight's bill, fighting out of MMA Masters. Excellent camp in Miami, Florida. Home to fighters like Luis Baboon Palomino, who's found huge success all over the world. Ricardo Lamas, who's fought for a UFC belt before. Is Joe Leo of East West Karate landing a leg kick again. That's probably been Joe Leo's best weapon so far, fair?
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, again, that's something that's a good weapon against a taller opponent. Good to find your range. You're able to score with it from a further distance than you are able to land your punches.
Uppercut just missing there from Farrington. He looks loose. And he covers so much range with that right jab.
Yeah, I don't like how Joe Leo has his hands down either. I mean, you saw Farrington bring the kick up pretty easily, and I bet we're going to see that again.
Fight Time will return to the War Memorial on November 7th for Fight Time 21. Make sure you get your tickets at FightTimePromotions.com as we get a nice stand-up battle again here in round 2. Aside from some groundwork by Joe Leo late in round 1, this one being contested mostly on the feet as the looping right hand from Farrington caught a little bit of chin there from Leo. Leo moving in once again, kind of controlling the center of that cage, the leg kick landing once again.
Yeah, Leo was standing righty, then he switched his stance back to lefty. We'll see if that's a tactic he's going to use going into this round to kind of throw Farrington off. Starting to land that outside leg kick.
Farrington continues to land lefts here at the War Memorial. We'll see now that we're about midway through this fight if fatigue comes into play for one or both fighters. I mean, I'm sure that Leo is tired, a lot of that being the fact that he's eaten so many punches so far in this fight, but he's had the chin to survive it.
Yeah, Joe showed a very good gas tank, too, in his previous fights. He showed a good gas tank in the amateur division, so I think he's going to be strong through the 3 rounds. Rico looks comfortable, though, too. He's good condition. I mean, he trains with a big camp, MMA Masters. They definitely have him ready. He looks comfortable as well. And right now, to be honest with you, I think he's controlling the fight at the moment, and Joe Leo needs to figure out how to get this fight in his way.
Yeah, Leo needs to change it up somehow. I mean, would you maybe prescribe going for a takedown at this point?
I think it wouldn't be a bad idea. Try to duck under some of those shots. I mean, he definitely doesn't want to stand up here and try to play the shot-for-shot game. Again, Farrington is just picking him apart right now, sharpshooting.
Trying to break that CompuStrike computer as Farrington continues to move his head, continues to cover so much distance. He had switched stances there momentarily, but when he throws out the right jab and the counter left hand, the looping left landing once again. Leo has eaten a lot of shots tonight. The left continues to find a home for Farrington.
And, you know, sometimes you see because the way karate is.
Oof. To the body now as well. Nice job mixing it up by Rico.
Really beautiful combination. Like I was saying before, you know, in karate, they're used to jumping in one strike, 1 point in the point karate matches. And sometimes that type of training, it comes out when you're going to fight in a mixed martial arts fight or kickboxing match. Nice takedown. Joe Leo was leaving his chin out a lot, and that could be a big danger going into the fight. He catches one right on the chin.
That's time to check out the guard of Rico Farrington, who could be raising up for a triangle here to show that he's more than just a striker. Do you think it may be measured from Leo that second consecutive round, we've seen him wait until very late in the round to throw a takedown?
Yeah, he might be waiting, picking his point. I mean, wait until he wears Farrington down a little bit, although I don't think Farrington's worn down. I'd like to see Joe Leo pounce on him right here. Doesn't want to let him up, but he does. Farrington did a really nice job with the lockdown there, too, controlling him, not letting him establish any positions.
So the 2 men are back to their feet now. It's the Triggerman Farrington right on top of that Fight Time Promotions logo. Seemed to slip on one of the decals on the floor. Luckily, nothing negative came out of that, but Farrington lost his footing momentarily.
See Farrington using nice angles. He's moving to the right, moving to the left, cutting angles. He's not a stationary target. It's hard to kind of pick a takedown when a guy's moving around. Joe Leo's standing in front, just trying to come forward, and it's really easy pickings almost for Rico.
Final seconds here of the second round. We could go to the third round for the first time this evening. Left hand landing again from Farrington. This time he ducks under and completes a takedown right as the round ends, but will go to the stools, followed by the third and final round. Third and final round here with Rico Farrington firmly in control. Muay Thai background, but of course at MMA Masters he gets a lot of work in on the ground as well. He actually grew up rich in Nassau, Bahamas, and came over to the States at about the age of 15, been training mixed martial arts ever since.
Yeah, and he's with the right camp down in Miami, MMA Masters. They've really got a great stock of up-and-coming fighters, guys established in the big shows, Strikeforce, World Series of Fighting, UFC, and all the guys that are going to be training with them and getting ready and be on the fight team, they're going to be well prepared. And sometimes, you know, Joe Leo, he trains at a smaller academy. They're going to find out the difference between what it can make to train with a big team, with a high level of competition every day, and be the big, and be just another shark in a very big ocean, or be the big shark in a small pond like Joe Leo might be at East West Karate.
And this is the deepest water that Joe Leo's been in so far as a pro. He's 2-0 coming into this fight with 2 first-round stoppages. So this is the first time as a professional that Joe Leo has gone into a third and final round of a fight.
Like I said before, though, Joe's got a good gas tank. He's got the heart. He's got the mindset for it. So there's no quitting Joe Leo. But can he solve this puzzle? That's Rico Farrington. Rico looks sharp tonight. He looks well prepared. And, I mean, he's really executing a beautiful game plan, using his distance. See that movement, the way he got himself away from the cage? I mean, that's just going to make it very difficult for Joe Leo to try to close the distance.
Oh, Rico Farrington with the left, but Leo lands a couple strikes moving in. Maybe his best standing offense so far of this fight.
I almost feel like Joe Leo at this point has to make this fight ugly and get into a little bit of a slugfest and try to catch Farrington on a good exchange on the inside.
It's really been the distance of 6'4" Rico Farrington, who looks every bit of that 6'4". Certainly no exaggeration there on the tail of the tape for this fight. Joe Leo listed at 6'1". Farrington moving the head a little bit, making Joe Leo react.
Joe Leo is one of those guys, he comes in on weight and he walks around at the weight. I mean, truthfully, he is a welterweight, 170-pound fighter. I mean, he walks in, I think he weighs in at 183. He used to be eating at the weigh-ins, you know, in the amateur division because he had plenty of weight to spare. So going forward, you know, at some point, making the move down to welterweight would definitely suit him well.
The interesting thing about this fight is that Rico Farrington also is a natural welterweight. First time fighting at 185, despite being the taller fighter. He told me at the weigh-in yesterday, Rich, that he had actually originally thought he was signing up for a 170-pound fight. He didn't realize that this was a middleweight bout. So despite being the bigger, lankier guy in the cage, maybe both of these guys should be fighting each other at 170.
6'4", 170, jeez.
It's even pretty tall for 185.
I'm telling you.
Oh, nice left hand, the straight left landing again. You can see the sweat just flying off the face of Joe Leo. But some of that punching power, of course, diminishing here in the third round. I mean, you had Rico really throwing the leather in round one, not the same kind of muster behind those punches.
You know, you don't see enough of a sense of urgency from Joe Leo. I think at this point he's a little confused as how to go about this attack, and I think it's the movement. Look at Rico's movement. It's beautiful. He's bouncing around. He's moving left to right. It's making it very hard for Joe Leo to time him.
Little left hook there, didn't get much ground, but a body kick. Eating a left hand is Joe Leo. As Rico Farrington, it's almost like somebody in his corner may have just told him to crank up the volume a little bit. You had a quicker flurry there after both guys were lulling each other to sleep a little bit for the first couple of minutes of this round.
Yeah, I mean, Rico's up 2 rounds to nothing, in my opinion. And at this point, he doesn't want to do anything reckless. And if he continues to move around and score the way he is, oh man, beautiful combo. He's going to win this round too. Joe Leo is the one that has to press the action, try to make something happen. He's got to get on the inside and try to make this fight a little dirty and catch Rico with something big on the inside. That's what I think.
Under a minute to go in the third and final round of this fight. We're here at Fort Lauderdale, Florida's historic War Memorial Auditorium. Fight Time 20, 4th anniversary show here for Fight Time Promotions. Right hand landing the jab from Joe Leo as it looked like Farrington was almost going to try and bounce off the cage for a Superman punch, but thought better of it.
You know, sometimes when you're 6'1" and then you're used to being at least even height or taller than most of the guys you're probably fighting, and then you fight a guy who's about 3 inches taller than you, it's not an easy thing to find out how to fight a tall guy for the first time.
A couple of left and rights landing for Farrington after Joe Leo is starting to, I think he realizes his time is waning here, 15 seconds to go. He's starting to uncork the overhand right.
Yeah, not enough time though.
Bouncing off the cage. Takedown attempt there by Farrington, but stuffed so far. Oh, nice knee to the head as the fight ends. We'll go to the scorecards in what was a fantastic performance. The referee, James Waring, had to literally pull Rico Farrington off of his opponent.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, judges Mark Streisand, Tim Venata, and Hector Gomez all scored the bout 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision, Sicario the Triggerman Farrington. And let's hear one more time for Joe Leo.